Did you know nearly 1 in 5 adults in Barbados have diabetes? Did you know diabetes is one of the leading causes of vision loss in the world? Regular eye screening can save your eyes. Contact the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program today at 243-3937 to find out how you get your simple digital eye screening done for just $90. But members get 10% off. The Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program.
It's time for the Maria Holder Diabetes Radio Show. Heard every Saturday at 9 o'clock on VOB 92.9 FM, 15 sugar-free minutes with the compliments of the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program in partnership with the Barbados Community Foundation and the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. Good morning, Larry Mears, and good morning to all the VOB listeners who are listening. If you're listening right now, I mean you know. I hope you're all good. This is me, Peter Boyce, and I want you to get ready because today is going to be a special celebration show.
So you're celebrating, boy?
First, we are celebrating 56 years of independence for the month of November. Yes, joining all of Barbados in celebration. And also what is special about this month is that this Monday, the 14th of November, is World Diabetes Day. So we will now have a short message from Dr. Diane Bradford of the Barbados Diabetes Foundation on this special day.
Good morning. Happy Saturday, Barbados. We want to just take this quick moment just to say thank you to all the listeners who've been tuning into the Saturday morning show week after week. And kudos to those of you who are really taking on board the messages and taking charge of your health. Also, I want to remind you that Monday, November the 14th is World Diabetes all over the world. So happy World Diabetes Day in advance. We at the Barbados Diabetes Foundation want to encourage people to embrace this year's theme of self-management. People can live well and thrive when living with diabetes, but the ability to manage yourself, understand the condition, and know what to do to control or put your condition in remission, if possible, is key. But remember that wonderful old saying, prevention is always better than cure. So we encourage persons to know their status and to get screened annually. Live your best life today and every day, Barbados.
So you hear that message from the Diabetes Foundation? You hear what the theme for this year is? Self-management. And that is what the Diabetes Foundation is there to do. To help you self-manage your diabetes, whether you are diabetic or pre-diabetic. And speaking of self-management, I will be having a person on the show today that prides himself on self-managing his diabetes, and he posts all of his efforts on Facebook. You will be hearing from diabetes spokesperson and local personality Errol Griffith. But if you don't know Errol Griffith, you can know it by the time we done. I can call you now. Larry, pass me phone there. I gotta call somebody. No, it's not overseas call. Thanks, Larry. I call overseas. I will do that to VOB. Let me just make this call here. You all are listening. You all registered yet for the World Diabetes Fun Walk Race that on tomorrow? Yeah, you should register for that, man. You can hear some more about it coming up soon. But let me talk to Errol. We now welcome to the show Errol Griffith. Welcome to the show, Errol.
Hey, thank you, Peter.
I will ask how you are, but I'm going to ask more importantly, how is your glucose level this morning?
My glucose level was honestly higher this morning than it should be because last night, for the first time in a long time, I ate fried chicken and ate some packaged chips.
Ooh.
That was licoriceness after coming home after 10 o'clock, and I did not need to eat that way, but I knew that it would spike my blood sugar.
Okay then, so you've got some work to do. I hope I'm not interrupting you. You were steaming something just now on the stove?
Yeah, sweet potato, squash, okra, broccoli, and just season it up. And I try to eat this type of meal every single day.
Okay, so you're really into healthy eating because I noticed on your Facebook page that I saw that you had a picture of 2 healthy vegetable dishes that I will let you to tell the people on the Diabetes Radio Show a little bit more about those dishes.
One was cucumber and beets. And the other one was cabbage and carrot. And the whole idea, if we eat coleslaw, I don't want to eat anything processed, so I don't want to use any mayonnaise. And so I just made just the plain cabbage and the carrots a dish and just spice it up again. So that's because, I repeat myself, I don't want to use and eat any processed stuff. And then I find that eating cucumber very often results in a direct impact in my blood blood sugar being at a good level, and I was told that the beets were also good for us. So I just decided, okay, I will grate a cucumber and I'll add beets to it and eat it on a consistent basis. So what we do is that we actually do it and we put it in a 2.6 liter ice cream container, and we do that the same thing with the cabbage and the carrots, and they can stay in the fridge for almost 7 to 10 days. So taking the time to do it and prepare then puts me in a position where I can eat those things as part of my meal every day for 7 to 10 days.
You know, Errol, this is Independence, and you know around Independence people are eating a lot of conkeys. So we are going to go to Victoria Cox because she has you like conkeys, Errol, or you don't eat conkeys no more?
I love conkeys.
You like conkeys? Well, let's listen to what Victoria Cox has to say about eating conkeys.
Sure.
So with Independence coming up, everybody's question is going to be on, can I eat conkeys if I'm living with diabetes? And the reality is, like anything, conkeys are going to fall into the category essentially of a dessert or a snack that does have in sugar. So ultimately, yes, it is probably going to have some kind of effect on blood sugar. Not necessarily a favorable effect, but of course you still want to enjoy, special treats once in a while. In terms of being able to make them potentially a little bit healthier, as with anything, you can experiment with trying to use less sugar in your recipe, maybe even less raisins if you put raisins in there, because that is still just natural sugar, and natural sugar is still sugar. And potentially also just making them smaller, so having a smaller portion essentially, because you have made a smaller version of a conky and then you stick to just one at a time, so you're technically taking in less in that moment if you stick to just one, because otherwise, the other components of the conky, even outside of the sugar and the raisins, are still going to have carbohydrate in them. A little bit of flour, obviously some cornmeal or corn flour. These things are carbohydrates that will turn into sugar. So overall, it's something that you don't want to overdo. But for sure, if they can be made with a little bit less sugar and less raisins and just made a little bit smaller, that's probably the best bet for making them an overall more blood sugar friendly option.
Thank you, Victoria Cox, dietitian with the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. Errol, you recently got your eyes screened for diabetic retinopathy at the Diabetes Center. Tell us how that went.
Got the result, I think, Tuesday morning by email, and there are no complications with my eyes. I booked the appointment, went there on Saturday, and Dominic was the technician, and there was a questions to be asked. He did some initial tests. He asked me if he could dilate my eyes by putting the eye drops so that they can, on the machine, be able to see the back of my eyes and see if there's any damage from the diabetes. And so that was done. They took pictures with the cameras. And so when I got the email early o'clock on Tuesday morning, I opened it. I was elated to see that from their reviewing my pictures that they found that there were no complications with diabetes in my eyes.
Excellent, Errol. So a reminder, Barb members who are listening, you can get your eyes screened at the Barb office at Murview House, Hastings, Christchurch. Is now extended to every Wednesday in November, Diabetes Month, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Barb special price is only $80, so call 243-3937 to book your screening. And all diabetics who are listening, you can still get your eyes screened from Monday to Friday, except Wednesday at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. Call 243-3937 to make that appointment. And speaking of ice, it's now time for our ice song of the day. And since we are celebrating 56 years of independence and featuring Bajan songs all November long, Errol, you know Richard Stout's song from the 70s, Pretty Blue Eyes?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, pretty blue eyes, love you, baby. You thought it was Richard Stout, right? Did I sound like Richard, Errol?
Peter, even better.
Well, anyways, I'm going to give you an opportunity. To anybody that you want to send out this song to, request this Pretty Blue Eyes song?
Oh, geez, you put me on the spot. Well, you know something? I sent it to my wife.
Okay, that's a good choice. I would do the same thing too. This is Pretty Blue Eyes by Richard Stout. Compliments the Maria Holder Diabetes Center.
Thought I was in love before, when you moved in next door with your blue eyes.
I love you, baby.
I love you.
I love you, baby.
Pretty blue eyes. All the guys in the neighborhood keep saying that you sure looks good with your blue eyes.
I love you, baby.
I love you.
I love you, baby.
Pretty blue eyes. Saw you from my window tonight so I can tell you, baby, what I have to say, that I love you.
I love you, baby.
I love you.
I love you, baby.
Pretty blue eyes. Saw you from my window, my heart skipped a beat. Gonna sit by your door sad, so I can win your love. Pretty blue eyes, please come out tonight so I can tell you, baby, what I have to say, that I love you.
I love you, baby.
Girl, I love you.
I love you, baby.
Pretty blue eyes.
The Lions Club of St. Michael, in association with the Diabetes and Hypertension Association of Barbados, the Barbados Diabetes Foundation, and the Breastfeeding and Child Nutrition Foundation of Barbados, presents a 5K fun run and walk on World Diabetes Day on Sunday, November the 13th, 2022, starting at 3:30 p.m. at YMPC Beckles Road, St. Michael. Lots of prizes to be won. There will also be an after-walk workout with Spinny. Registration just $30. For information, visit the Lions Club Facebook page or call 284-2056 or 837-4711. So, Errol, have you had your vascular screening done as yet?
No, but on Saturday, I was told that I should now schedule my vascular. So I'm looking forward to a schedule. I'm waiting them to confirm the date.
Okay, Errol, let's listen to what spokesman Donald Clark has to say about the importance of getting that screening.
Once you have reached 50, you need to go and get that check done. It's peripheral artery disease. It's a simple test. It's called an ABI test, and what they're looking for is to see the blood flow in your lower extremities. And I can't stress enough the importance of getting this test done. I'm glad to know that the Maria Holder Foundation is offering this. Individuals need to go and get that.
So you hear that, Errol? And everybody else who's listening, if you are diabetic and you find you having leg pains and bad circulation issues, call 243-3937 and make that vascular screening before it's too late. Okay, Errol, it's been fantastic having you on the show today. Any last words?
Peter, it wouldn't be fair for me to go from this program without saying that the other element that I'm also seeking to spend a lot of time with to complement for the eating and the drinking and the exercise to complement is my prayer life. And being able to not just ask God to heal me, heal other people, but spend more and more time with the Spirit of God, and then let Him lead me in how I should seek to get my blood pressure and my diabetes or my blood sugar readings to a place that doctors are comfortable.
Okay, amen, Errol, and thank you very much for being on the show.
And thank you, buddy, and God bless you again, and bless everybody else.
The Maria Holder Diabetes Center, located in Warren, St. Michael, with their diabetic eye screening program, offers a standard of service that equals or surpasses any you might receive internationally. So if you're a diabetic or pre-diabetic and listening to your radio right now, you need to make an appointment and get your eyes screened by calling 243-3937 to make that appointment. In addition, there's now a new vascular service that is the centerpiece of a national campaign that will highlight the discovery of early circulatory problems in the limbs and extremities of at-risk persons. So if you are having vascular or circulation problems, call and make an appointment at 417-0305 or 243-3937. The last 15 minutes you heard on your radio was brought to you with the compliments of the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program in partnership with the Barbados Community Foundation and the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. Until next time, take care of your eyes.